Hey guys, it's Ashton, here to bring you another How I Made That. This one is going to be on the remix I did for a beatport competition I did way back. This one is for Major Lazer's Aerosol Can featuring Pharrell Williams. This song already was pretty simplistic, as most of Diplo's songs are. So I really didn't try to change much of that, but I just tried to put my take on it. If you haven't heard it already, it's on SoundCloud. If you look at the description down below, you can find a link to the song, and you guys can take a listen to the song before I show you exactly what I did with this song, how I made it, and what was my thought process through the creation and mixing of the song. But that's about it, so let's get started. Alright, so here's the project. So just like last time, I'll go step by step throughout all these tracks and show you guys what I did. So let's start with the actual acapella that I got off of Beatport.
Young man, my dad had a reefer house. I catch a contact and talk like Eka Mouse. Go to school, act like I'm pulling reefer out. Kinda funny cause I used to freak my teachers out.
Pretty self-explanatory. I did some stuff to it, but we'll jump into that later. And here's the crazy synth. And to do that, I used Absinthe. Now Absinthe, I'll probably be doing a product quickie on that one too. But this one, this Absinthe is really great for creating sounds, like I just did right there. So I'll show you guys an example here. You go to patch right here, and I have just a single saw wave and an envelope. What I did was everything's the same except for this main pitch right here, and this is the pitch that I created that's getting looped over and over again, as you can see as I play it. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool VST to use for creating really wonky sounds like this one right here. Alright, so next is hook kicks. I added some kicks over the verse to match with the vocals. If you just listen to both of them together.
Ring, ba-bum, ba-bum, aerosol can, ba-bum, ba-bum, monkey outside, ba-bum, ba-bum, shooting all night, ba-bum, ba-bum.
So it matches up with the bum bum ba bums. I don't know, I thought it was a pretty cool effect they had there. And here's a synth that I used, but it's not going to be side changed. And this is another, this is a Tunefish. This is a free VST I got offline, and it's just a simple saw wave. But what I did was I side chained it to, let's see here, the ghost kicks right here. So if I turn these on, it should sidechain.
Young girls wild and they go topless, make the dope boy smile. They don't.
As you can hear. So yeah, those only come in on the chorus, and it looks like an E chord, E minor. But yeah, that's it for that. This is a pretty simple track, so there's not a lot I did to it. I didn't want to make it too crazy because in itself it was already a simple track. So I just wanted to add my take on it. And here's some bass I added. And this is done with the Scarby bass and Contact. Pretty simple. And bongos. This also goes over the voice. Here, I'll turn on the voice so you guys can hear it with it.
Ring, ba-bum, ba-bum, aerosol can, ba-bum, ba-bum, monkey outside, ba-bum, ba-bum, shooting all night, ba-bum, ba-bum.
So now if you play that with the kicks too, this is what it sounds like.
Ring, ba-bum, ba-bum, aerosol can, ba-bum, ba-bum, monkey outside, ba-bum, ba-bum, shooting all night, ba-bum, ba-bum.
So yeah, that's it for that. And kick and snare. Now, I usually separate these two, the kick and the snare, to do their own mixing, but I guess it sounded pretty good the way it was when they're together, so I didn't have to separate them. And that probably has in part to do with the beat is already really simple, so there's not a lot of stuff clashing with it to make me have to go and EQ them separately. And as you guys saw, this is the ghost kick. Nothing coming out of that. Effects, this also came with the package to get Pharrell's voice. Originally it doesn't sound like that, but I'll show you what I did to that to get that sound. And here's arpeggiated synth. I can't remember where I got that from. I think it's something I made and bounced out into a WAV file. It's probably from one of my Tal instruments, most likely, which I will be doing also a product quickie on fairly soon. And here's a low double I did on the vocals. If you mix that with the actual vocal, so it just comes in on the chorus. It adds a little bit of that effect, you know, that demon effect and depth. So let's play this all together for you guys. Alright, so let's jump into the mixer and see what I did for a lot of these things. So for the vocals, let's see, here they are right here. So I added 2 EQs, and that's pretty much it. One is just dropping out the very low end, so it sticks out more in the mix. And this one is brightening it up, dropping out a little bit more. So the brightening up definitely makes it stick out more in the mix. Getting rid of the lows just drops out the lows, so it's not competing with the kicks or any of the bass and making it muddy. But this definitely helps boosting it right here. And if you see a lot of my videos that I'll be showing, I do boost the vocals right around 5,000. I just think it helps a lot with clarity in the mix and making sure you hear the vocals quite clearly. Alright, so let's jump into the crazy synth. See what I added to that. Okay. Where's it at? Right here. I just added an auto pan to this. Have it go left and right. Nothing big. I just wanted to add that in there so you get that effect in your headphones when you're listening to it that make it sound kind of even more wonky, you know. Kind of plays with your mind a little bit. Next is the hook kicks. Let's see. Hook kicks, I added some EQ to it, which the EQ is actually doesn't even need to be there. It's doing nothing. And added some reverb, surround cathedral, my bad. Just add that reverb if you listen to it. You could definitely hear it there. I thought it added some a cool effect to the kick and made it stand out and made it give it that roomy feel. Alright, and for my sidechain synth that I showed you guys, that one has nothing on it, so it's pretty good on sound. We'll skip over that. The bass. Bass. Now I used an EQ right here to drop out all the high end so that's not competing with any of my vocals or anything that's high up there. Guitar rig, which here I'll try to open it up for you guys. I'm also going to be doing a product quickie on this. This is a really good VST package to use. It's probably one of my favorites to use. So I'll go in a little bit more depth on my product quickie on this one. But all I did was go to bass amps, and I added one of the bass amps I used. It's the funky slap bass, as you can see right here. Added that in there, and then a maximizer to turn it up. Pretty simple. I mean, I've been doing this a while, so I know what I like on my sounds when I get in here. So it doesn't really take me that long to figure things out. And here are the bongos, which I probably just added an EQ on there. Yeah, I added 2 EQs. This one doesn't do anything. This one is the congas EQ, drops out a lot of the low, a little bit of mid, and boosts some of the highs around 5,000. And then you have the same EQ I put on the kicks for the chorus, just so they match. Both have the same reverb, so that way it sounds pretty well together. And let's go with the kick and snare. Nothing, as you can see. I don't even know why I have these on still, but I haven't been in this project for a while, so it makes sense. Ghost kick, obviously you don't need anything with the ghost kick. Now here's the effects that I was talking about. So here's what they sound like again. Let's fast forward it. Now originally, this is the sound of a aerosol can, and they're shaking it and then spraying it on the wall, like those sounds. So what I did with that effect, with my effects, is use a bit crusher. And this is just the basic bit crusher that you put, that you get from Cubase. It does this job pretty well. It's alright. I could probably go and find a better one. And then I added driver. This is something that you could find in Native Instruments. And this has a lot of cool effects that, it's like a lot of distortion effects, obviously. It's called driver, so a lot of driver effects. And this is what it sounds like without any of this stuff on there. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the beginning. Now let's turn that on in the middle of it and see what that sounds like, the difference. There's the bit crusher, here's the driver. Crazy, right? That driver just totally turned that into like a bass. But yeah, and there's that. And for the app synth, let's see if I did anything to that. That might have already been changed when before I bounced it out, but let's see here. App synth. Okay, so I added EQ, which is taking out the low end, and a stereo enhancer, which winds it and makes it sound like it just makes it sound a lot wider, so things fit on the inside of your mix a lot better. It's like if you were to go and pan things to make your vocals stand out in the middle, or the kick and the snare stand out in the middle. This just winds it on both sides of the spectrum. So since it's just app synth, it's really cool. I really like doing synths and arpeggiated synths. I like really bringing those out wide. So you still hear them, you get that effect that they're wide, and then everything else fits in between them, and it makes it a nicer mix. And let's go with this low double of the vocals in the chorus. And right here you have EQ taking out everything up to 2K, and just dropping out a little bit of low end and boosting the highs. To get that low effect, all I did was pitch shift. If you guys want to know how to do that in Cubase, just let me know. It's pretty easy. All you do is just do this, right click, and actually you have to hold down shift and then right click, and then you go to process, and then there's where is it at? Pitch shift right here. So and then you pretty much just pitch shift it down to where you want it to be. And that's it for this video. A pretty simple remix. If you guys want to hear this track, I'll have it linked down in the description. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed this. Comment and leave suggestions. Share this with your friends if you guys like producing music. And subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys. Peace. What you got going this weekend? 'Cause I need you by my side. Whoa.